Hello and welcome to a talk on milk. My name is Lucie Patel-Vařiková. I'm a health and wellness consultant. I've been in the field for 12 plus years. I've had my two boys in between and learned quite a lot. And I'm back. I'm back educating women, mums, in around this topic, how to have healthy and happy children and happy families. So the reason really when I decided I must do something about it was when I've been seeing a lot of poorly children, a lot of ill children with a lot of behavior issues, and also some really poorly nutritional choices being made. And I came across a few books that really inspired me to do something about it, hence this series of videos. This is just one of the first ones. I've also liked to inspire moms to cook from scratch, to eat real food, something that is actually quick to make and is full of nutritional values. So, little disclaimer here, please, before you make any comments, make sure that you do your own research. Please get the books that I'm going to recommend because they are packed with knowledge and advice. Because your first-hand knowledge is always the best one. Now, this topic will be on milk. Why we need to talk about it. There's been a lot of talks about pasteurized milk, raw milk. People don't know why they should go one or the other or abandon the other. So let me share with you something that I have discovered, and I'm really passionate about that. So let me share my screen and I'll please take a look. This is the book that I have been taking my sources of information from. There's another one. So the first one is the Nourishing Traditions book of baby and childcare. The other one that I'm also be reading from will be the Nourishing Traditions cookbook for children. The first one that I'll be reading from will be more based. The style will be more for children. So if you are into educating your children at home, or if you are home educating mom, please let them listen to it. It is on their level, and also it's not full of strange words, long words. The second part of this video will be, because that will be more geared up to adults because they've got a bit more knowledge and they would like to know more. So there will be two parts to it. So, and in the end, I also like to share some ideas what to cook, what to make, that you can even make with your children. So hopefully you will find this all interesting. Also find my Instagram channel that is full of ideas, even visual, that is on different recipes are being shown. My channel is called my underscore ideal underscore health. So there are primarily more things, but I'd like to be doing more videos where I can teach you and your children to cook as well. So with all of this being said, let's just go into it. Let me also share a screen that will be showing you the topic. Here we go. And let's go into it. So, you've probably heard that milk is a good source of calcium and helps your body build strong bones and teeth. But did you also know that your body also needs phosphorus, magnesium, and vitamins A, D, and K to build strong bones and teeth? Well, vitamins and minerals work together. If one is missing, the others can't do their job. Enzymes and friendly bacteria also play an important role. They help your body absorb vitamins and minerals from the food you eat. If you look at a carton of milk, what words do you see? Unless it is raw milk, you will probably see words like pasteurized, homogenized, low fat, and vitamin D. Do you know what these words actually mean? Why is milk pasteurized and homogenized? Why is the fat removed? And why are the vitamins added? Actually, milk doesn't need any of these things if it comes from healthy animals. Raw milk from healthy animals contains the perfect balance of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and friendly bacteria, which work together to make your body strong. It is nature's perfect food. Nothing needs to be added or taken away. Unfortunately, most milk comes from dairies where the cows are not very healthy. These dairies operate like factories and treat their cows like machines. The cows are crowded into muddy pens and fed whatever will make them produce the most milk for the least amount of money, even if it makes them sick and shortens their lives. Their food is usually a mixture of grain, soy, factory waste, which is orange peels, almond hulls, cotton seeds, and hay. These foods may sound natural, but they are natural for cows. Are they actually natural for cows to eat? Cows have a complex digestive system. They have 4 stomachs. Their stomachs are designed for digesting grass. When other foods are given to cows, it makes them sick because it makes their stomach too acidic. On most dairies, the sick cows are given antibiotics. The antibiotics make it even harder for the cows' bodies to digest food, and they become sicker. In a very short time, the cows become too sick to produce milk anymore and are shipped off to the slaughterhouse. Meat from these sick cows is sold to fast food restaurants and made into hamburgers. Cows raised on factory farms may produce high quantities of milk for a short time, but this milk is very low in quality. It is missing many important nutrients and is usually not safe to drink raw because the cows aren't healthy. The only milk that is safe to drink raw is milk that comes from healthy animals. For cows to be healthy, they need to graze on fresh green grass in sunny pastures during the spring, summer, and fall, autumn. In the winter, they can be fed hay, dried grass, silage, fermented grass and grains, and root vegetables. Cows are cows that are raised this way rarely get sick, but if they do, they should be treated with natural remedies, never antibiotics. I'd like to also share some information for our younger listeners on pasteurization, also fake milks, homogenization, and reduced fat milk. So here we go. Pasteurization. When milk is pasteurized, it is heated to a high temperature to kill bacteria in the milk. Most of these bacteria are actually friendly bacteria that help your body digest the milk. This is why many people get a stomach ache or allergies when they drink pasteurized milk. Vitamins B and C, and many enzymes that help us absorb vitamins and minerals are also destroyed when milk is pasteurized. Pasteurized milk is supposed to be safer than raw milk, but pasteurized milk is actually more likely to become contaminated with bad bacteria than raw milk. Raw milk can protect itself from contamination because it is alive with friendly bacteria and special enzymes that kill bad bacteria. Pasteurized milk is a dead food that can easily become contaminated with bad bacteria if it is not stored or handled properly. Pasteurized milk rots as it gets older and can make you sick if you drink it when it gets too old. Raw milk, on the other hand, never gets bad. It just gets sour. This sour flavor develops because the friendly bacteria in the milk transform the natural sugar, lactose, in the milk into lactic acid. Sour milk is actually easier for your body to digest than fresh milk. Heat is not as harmful to cream as it is to milk, so it's okay to cook with cream and butter and to use pasteurized cream and butter, but avoid ultra pasteurized. Ultra pasteurized milk products are heated to an even higher temperature than pasteurized. Fake milk. Soy milk, rice milk, and other milk substitutes are unhealthy processed foods. They usually contain additives and sweeteners to make them taste better and are enriched with synthetic vitamins. Soy is especially dangerous. Soy disrupts the natural balance of hormones in your body and can prevent your body from absorbing minerals. Beans, grains, nuts, and seeds can be healthy for us to eat, but they need to be prepared in special ways. There also will be some ideas when you buy this book, what to do that and how to do it. Now, another long word that has lots to say for, it's homogenization. Cream is lighter than the rest of milk, so it naturally rises to the top. Homogenization was invented to prevent the cream from rising to the top. When milk is homogenized, it is forced through microscopic holes that breaks apart the cream into tiny fat particles. These fat particles can be harmful to our bodies, but milk that is homogenized must also be pasteurized, or else enzymes in the milk will turn the fat particles rancid. Reduced fat milk. Many people think the cream in milk causes heart disease, but cream is actually a very healthy and valuable part of milk. It is the part that contains vitamins A, D, E, and K. Your body needs these vitamins to be strong and healthy. When the cream is removed to make low-fat and fat-free milk, these valuable vitamins are lost. So this is kind of the end of the end of the part that was meant to be for children. Now, for all of you who would like to listen to more, I'd like to read something that is called Raw Milk Safety, Raw Milk and Listeria, and Raw Milk versus Pasteurized, more from the research perspective. So please stay on. I am just going to change the slides so there will be a visual kind of cut between one part and the other. So, raw milk safety. According to the FDA, raw milk is inherently dangerous and should not be consumed, especially by pregnant women. Actually, the government's own statistics show that raw milk is a very safe food. Data gleaned from US government websites and government-sanctioned reports on foodborne illnesses show that the risk of contracting foodborne illness by consuming raw milk is much smaller than the risk of becoming ill from other foods. There will be a lot of statistics from the US. However, if you're interested, I can find some that are more EU or UK for these markets. So bear with me. So the key figure that permits calculation of raw milk illnesses on a per person basis comes from a 2007 Centers for Disease Control (CDC) Foodnet survey, which found that 3.04% of the population consumes raw milk, or about 9.4 million people, based on the 2010 census. This number may be in fact larger as raw milk is growing in popularity. For example, sales of raw milk increased 25% in California in 2010, while sales of pasteurized milk declined 3%. A compilation of published reports of illness attributed to raw milk from 1999 to 2010 shows that during the 11-year period, illnesses attributed to raw milk averaged 42 per year. Many of these cases are unconfirmed, but using these numbers, we find that the rate of illness from raw milk is about 0.00044%, hardly a basis for calling milk inherently dangerous. There are an estimated 48 million cases of foodborne infections per year in the US in a population of about 300 million. The rate of illness from all foods can be calculated at 16%. Thus, one is at least 35,000 times more likely to contract illness from other foods than from raw milk. Another way of looking at the data is as follows. Between 1998 and 2005, there were over 10,000 documented outbreaks that contributed to 199,263 documented cases of foodborne illness. Raw milk was associated with 0.4% of these cases, a number that is probably exaggerated due to the extreme government bias. There is no way to quantify whether any of these foods is safer than another from this data, but it is clear from the data that there is no basis for singling out raw milk as inherently dangerous. It is important to note that there have been no deaths attributed to raw milk for many years. Pasteurized milk killed dozens of people during the 1980s and 3 people in Massachusetts in 2007. Pasteurized mother's milk killed 4 infants in 2003, and pasteurized cheese killed 7 people in Europe in 2007. Recently, we have had deaths from cantaloupe, spinach, luncheon meats, red peppers, and peanuts. Raw oysters kill about 15 people per year, but the FDA has no plans to ban the sale of the raw oysters. It is irresponsible for government officials to oppose raw milk, claiming that it is inherently dangerous. Rather, government data show that raw milk is inherently safe. Another chapter, raw milk and listeria. The FDA often cites raw milk as causing infection with Listeria monocytogenes, a deadly foodborne pathogen that can result in severe illness and fetal deaths, or death, premature birth, or neonatal illness and death. Yet a 2003 USDA/FDA report found that compared to raw milk, there were over 500 more illnesses from Listeria monocytogenes due to deli meats and 29 times more illness from Listeria monocytogenes due to pasteurized milk. On a per-serving basis, deli meats were 10 times more likely to cause illness from Listeria monocytogenes than was raw milk. Yet, FDA does not issue public warnings for pregnant women to avoid pasteurized milk and dairy meats, a clear double standard. In response to a Freedom of Information Act request, the Centers for Disease Control providing data on raw milk outbreaks 1993 to 2005, a 13-year period. In this report, CDC listed no cases of foodborne illnesses from raw milk caused by Listeria during the period. What can cause severe illness from Listeria infection is soft, unaged cheese, both raw and pasteurized. In 2007, there were 4 deaths in Europe from pasteurized soft cheese, and there have been numerous illnesses and miscarriages from soft, unaged Mexican-style cheese made from raw milk. Pregnant women would do well to avoid soft, unaged cheese of every type, but fluid raw milk and aged cheeses made from raw milk are safe and healthy foods for pregnant women. And last mini chapter, raw milk versus pasteurized. Studies carried out in the early part of the 1900s showed that raw milk was vastly superior to pasteurized milk for growth, for building strong bones and teeth, for protecting against illnesses, and even for behavior. New studies indicate that raw milk is highly protective against asthma and allergies. Research shows that many of the vitamins and minerals in raw milk are lost during pasteurization and are poorly absorbed after heat treatment. So here we go, the list of vitamins. Vitamin C. Raw milk but not pasteurized can resolve scurvy without doubt. The explosive increase in infantile scurvy during the latter part of the 19th century coincided with the advent of use of heated milks. Calcium. Animal studies show the formation of longer and denser bones on raw milk compared to pasteurized. The calcium levels in raw and pasteurized milk are the same, but the body uses the calcium from raw milk more effectively. Folate. The carrier protein for folate is inactivated during pasteurization. Vitamin B12. Raw milk contains a binding protein for vitamin B12 that results in complete assimilation. The activity of the enzyme is diminished by pasteurization. Vitamin B6. Animal studies indicate B6 is poorly absorbed from pasteurized milk. Vitamin A. Beta-lactoglobulin, a heat-sensitive protein in milk, increases intestinal absorption of vitamin A. Heat degrades vitamin A. Vitamin D. Vitamin D in raw milk is bound to lactoglobulins. Pasteurization cuts assimilation in half. Iron. Lactoferrin, which contributes to iron assimilation, is inactivated during pasteurization. Iodine. Levels of iodine are lower in pasteurized milk. Minerals. Minerals in milk are bound to proteins that assure assimilation. These proteins are inactivated by pasteurization. Lactobacilli, destroyed by pasteurization, enhance mineral absorption. So that is what I wanted to share with you. And lastly, you might be asking, oh, that sounds all very well, but where do I actually find some of the farms that sell raw milk? Actually, if you are in Hampshire, in fact, you can do a quick search on the internet and see county by county if there are any. For Hampshire, I can only speak. There are 3 that I'm aware of. One is called Higgler's, which is between Wickham and Titchfield. Another one called Daisy Meadow Dairy, that is just on the outskirts of Botley. And another one that I don't know the name of, but is on the outskirts of Winchester. So hopefully you can find them. And lastly, I'd like to share some ideas for making something from raw milk. Anything like spiced milk, kefir, cream cheese, cottage cheese. You can make even, of course, any cheese sauce. There are many ideas. Yogurt, you can make your own yogurt, you can make your own butter if you've got raw milk, or if you've got double cream. In fact, I showed how to make butter on my Instagram channel, so feel free to jump on that. Otherwise, I'll do my best to bring all those videos onto my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for listening. If you've got any comments, please feel free to add them below this video. Otherwise, if you've got ideas what you would like to know, if you've got questions that you don't know the answers to, please feel free to raise them, and I will do my best to do a video. So have a great rest of the day, and see you soon.